Tell you what, Lily, it is broiling outside.
Wait till you see what my dad broils.
It's showtime! All right, so here's the deal. It's one of my favorite songs. Fresh shrimp happens at the shrimp boat. Fresh shrimp happens at the shrimp boat.
Okay, Katie, okay. If she keeps singing, that's more food for me, so I guess it works out. Prepped by this guy, the one and only Joe White, owner of the Shrimp Boat in West OC. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me out.
What are we doing this
Smells good.
I know.
Already.
It does, doesn't it? And these are the green beans.
I know.
So we're talking about dry sea scallops, and the last couple summers, it's been a little bit tough with getting them at a decent price. You know, something that I think folks could enjoy at any night of the week at their home. And so far this year, we've been getting really nice, pretty ones, and the price has been very reasonable. We're running it as a special.
Oh.
Cool.
And that's what you're making?
Well, I thought I would show you all how to make clarified butter because one of the really truly tough things when you're making scallops is if you burn them, you may want to like cry a little bit, right?
For sure.
Well, there's a little trick if you're willing to put a little extra work into the butter, and then we can add a little bit more flavor that way as well. So I thought I'd show you how to do that.
Show us how to do that.
Perfect.
So what I'd like to do, Katie, if you'll take the butter and just put it right in our pot.
All of it?
Yeah, go
Right here?
ahead. Yep.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay. Whoop.
And then we're just going to melt this down. And I have it on medium heat.
Okay.
And now I also have our green beans going because, you know, we do want to have some vegetables with our meal, right?
Balance.
And then in the oven, I have some jumbo lump crab cakes broiling. So we got that going for us.
Let's go.
In the meantime, to our butter, Jimmy, if you'd add, I got some fresh chopped garlic.
Okay.
You can use garlic powder, but I like chopped garlic. That whole bit in there.
Yes. Can I borrow this spoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna borrow that.
It's a whole tablespoon.
Whole table. Yes. Loving the garlic. Okay.
And then,
Thank you.
And then at the same time, we're going to add about 1 glass worth, about 5 ounces of wine.
Okay.
Which leaves you about 3 left if you
There,
have
there
other
you
use.
go.
So you want to
Thinking.
just put some of the. This is just a Chardonnay wine.
See, I'm not real good with measures like that, so.
Well, go ahead. I'll tell you.
You tell me when.
Yeah.
Trust Joe.
Leave some for later.
I'll leave some for later.
That's good right
There?
there.
Damn.
All right, there we go.
Now, while the butter's melting and the Chardonnay is going down, or cooking in, we're letting that cook off.
Right.
And one of the things we did earlier is we after we let the butter melt, and I have some already made for us. We then scraped the top
what
off.
is it you're doing here? What is the top that you're scraping off here?
Okay, so the top is the whey.
Okay.
So like from Little Miss Muffet, I guess, right?
Okay.
So so the top is the whey, and the bottom is the casing, and those are the two things that will burn.
So you don't want those.
You don't want those. Now, if you just want butter to dip your crab meat into, your snow crabs into, it's great.
Sure.
You're just melting the butter for that. But for cooking, if we're going to put it in this pan later, that's the stuff that can actually burn on you. So
you have made clarified butter.
clarified butter.
Clarified butter. To me, it's something that like sounds kind of scary to me. Like, oh, the process is too complicated. It actually seems maybe it's a little bit simple.
It's very simple. And look, if you mess the butter up, then it's just butter. You just get a little bit more butter. If you mess the
fix it.
scallops up, you might, you
Yeah.
might feel bad.
Here comes a tear.
So this
Yeah,
is
that's the
this is like insurance policy. So
I love that.
And then I'm going to put just a little bit of our shrimp seasoning in. We don't want to put a lot, but because we want to taste the scallops. But now this is going to take a few minutes.
Sure.
And then, like I was saying, the special we're running right now for the summer is we've paired up the dry sea scallops broiled. Now we're broiling them. I'm going to show you how you can actually pan sear them. But broiled scallops with broiled jumbo lump crab cake.
Wow.
I'm going to do green beans and garlic smashed potatoes because I think it makes a nice meal, but you can get any sides you want with it, or a salad or something.
This is what I like about your plates at the shrimp boat. Like you can get like a couple different kinds of seafood together. You don't have to just get the scallops, just get the crab cake.
Or just the shrimp.
Yeah, you get it all.
So and that's the neat thing, where we have a fresh market, when you walk up, I mean, the first thing we're going to do is give you a free shrimp sample. We want you to try what it is we're bringing in.
Yeah.
I mean, we do it every morning. And then anything that you see there, we will help you, match two things up together that are something that you're comfortable cooking with. Some folks are camping. They have this amount of materials or this utensils or whatever. Look, this is all stuff we eat every day. So we know how to cook it.
So I don't mean to be rude, Joe, because I love having you here. but you are making me more and more hungry.
Okay.
So we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And then when we come back, what are we going to do?
I promise I'll feed you when we come back.
Fresh scallops happen at the shrimp boat. Crab cakes happen at the shrimp boat. Also potatoes and green beans. Look at that. That looks amazing, Joe.
It does, and the green beans smell as good as anything else too, right?
They really do. This is going to be great.
So we're going to finish the scallops. I'm going to show you how you could do this at home. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the sauce that we made, the butter sauce.
Right.
And
Look at that.
it's just a little hot. So sorry about that. But
You're good.
What you'll notice is it won't burn.
No, it doesn't.
And then we're going to put the scallops right in there. And they're going to get a little bit of a sear on them.
Those are a good size, too.
So these are a 10-20 scallop. And like we were talking about before, a dry sea scallop. A wet sea scallop's going to shrink on you. And so by getting a dry sea scallop, the scallops you buy are actually scallops. So, and then when you're at home, you're going to give them about 2 minutes. And I'm sorry, that was just a little bit hot on there. I was trying to get that to line up. But you could even finish these in the oven for just about a minute if you have your oven on. These scallops are ready to eat raw if you wish to do that. So you're only going to cook them enough to get them just to that level of doneness you want, and a little bit of a crispy edge as well. So.
Gotcha.
And you were saying the dry sea scallop is one that doesn't have the preservatives that like salt.
It does. It's so that when the boats are out, if they want to preserve a scallop, they just put it in a saltwater brine.
Right.
Which is going to make the scallop puff up some. It's going to add water weight, which
is why it shrinks when you cook.
When you cook it, that water is going to come out, and you don't want that. If you look at these scallops as we're cooking them here, there's not a pool of water, right around them, and that's what keeps them from getting nice and tender and all that kind of stuff. So So the ones that we had just made while we were at break, I put on this plate for you, and these are for you all, and I'll finish these up too. If
we
you
have
want
to eat these?
Yeah, well you don't. I'll be
we
happy to finish them.
We
get to
have
eat
to
them.
do. All right.
Here's a question. Jimmy, do you say scallop? A lot of people say scallop. We're, in Maine. Maine people say
Really?
scallop. Here
I've never
people
heard
say
scallop. I've never heard
yeah.
scallop.
I've not heard
Yeah,
that.
it was funny. I was at dinner with my husband and a couple of our friends, and he ordered scallops, and my friend from here ordered scallops. Isn't that fun?
And the server said, "I'm sorry, we don't have any scallops.
Yes.
We've got this for you, but we have no scallops." All right, Joe. You have been teasing us and tempting us with this fantastic food, and we are going to jump right in here.
Cut it right up here.
Again, tell us more about Joe White and why you want to. Gosh, she cut that. I'm taking it.
Well, I think the number one thing is stop by, check out our fresh market. You'll see what we have displayed. Anything that we're cooking in the restaurant is out on display in the fresh market. These jumbo lump crab cakes are made with our jumbo lump crab meat. The scallops that you would have on your plate are the same ones we're selling to the public.
Do you know what I love about this scallop here is there's flavor on it from the way you cooked it, but also you kind of just let the scallop be the flavor too.
Yeah, it's not overpowered.
Right.
One of the things we talk about a lot is we don't do any razzle dazzle. There's no, there's a lot of very talented food people who could take maybe the worst cut of beef off of, from a cow and really make you a wonderful meal. We don't try to do any of that. If it's a great scallop to start with, we're going to cook it right. It's going to be a great scallop when it hits your plate.
Wow.
Did you want crab cake? I'm sorry to hear that. Joe White, Shrimp Boat in West OC, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely
Delicious.
fascinating, and you taught me a lot too.
Well, thank you. Stop by, we'll teach you more.